Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're still working on this W Power Plant A. It's a John Deere A tractor that somebody butchered, as you might have seen in the other videos. And we cut the rear end off, or the transmission housing, I should say. The actual rear end with the axle housing, I guess I'd call it, was already gone. Tires gone, front pedestal's gone. So the guy was originally going to make it into a power plant, like the Model W. So we'll call it a WA. There's been some confusion about what it was. So it's just a John Deere A power plant out of a tractor. But as you know, the actual engine doesn't unbolt out of a John Deere A or a B or an H or any of them. It's part of the frame. So the only way to get it separated is to cut it off, which I've done successfully. I was about, getting all this stuff off, took about 25 minutes. Then I ground on it for about 10 or 15 minutes, just kind of got that side dressed up. Still got to dress up this side here. That won't take much. There ain't much metal there. This here won't take too much. I'm just going to round it over. Some places I got closer than others. This one here has actually got quite a high spot, but I'll probably just make it match this so it kind of looks symmetrical. And yeah, once we get that done, we're going to go onto this cover. But I've decided I'm going to clean off this bench here. I'm going to see if I got some steel here that I can start working on this a little bit. The old ADHD there set in a little bit. I've worked on that long enough. I'm sick of it, and that's how I am. I get sick of something, I don't have the stick-to-itiveness to just power on through it like a lot of guys do. I'll pick at it. Every morning I'll grind for 10 or 15 minutes. And if anybody ever says that those N95s don't do any good, look at the inside of that. I'd have had that all in my lungs if I hadn't had that on this morning. So anyway, yeah, makes a lot of dust, real fine. You can see it everywhere. It's a damn mess. But once that's done, the cover here and that there is the hardest part of the whole build. Then it'll be the fun stuff. We'll put the legs on it, put one here, one on the other side. They'll splay out. I'm not really sure how much I'm going to splay out. I think I'd like to have it about maybe an inch inside the flywheel or 2 inches. And whatever that is off center, I'll do the same on this side. And then, of course, up here we'll have that channel iron probably meet right up here, and they'll come at an angle. And yeah, we'll just run them off at an angle, both sides. And I got some, I don't know if it's 8 or 10 inch channel out there. Whatever it is. That's what we're going to use. I got a whole pile of it. And I got several pieces that are only like 4, 5, 6 feet long. So I'll be cutting them up and using them on that. I don't want to use the long pieces if I can help it. And yeah, we'll continue on this thing. I'll work on it in a little bit here, and I'll show you what I get done. I've only got another half hour or so this morning. So I'm just going to look for some material. I'll show you what I find. Well, as you can see, I've kind of stopped working on that first reduction cover. Been doing shingling out back. I'll walk out and I'll show you what kind of a wet dream I got going out here. Kind of a hard spot here. Can't get the tractor in between. So anyway, I've been making some staging. It's bolted, screwed solid to the building. Over there, screwed solid. I actually put a 2x6 upright on here. All the loads on the ground. I drove that down with a sledgehammer for about 30 seconds, so it's setting good and hard. And yeah, so I'm going to start up there next good day. That's why nothing's been getting done. I've been trying to get this end covered up. There's a couple of places on the tape that leaks. And before we start getting summer rains, I want to get it fixed. But I wanted to show you this great big number 6 cord back, oh, probably close to, geez, I bet it's been almost 10 years. A friend of mine came down, he said, hey, a friend of mine's got a bunch of welding leads he wants to sell, he says. And I don't remember what he wanted for them. I think $200, but this cord was in it. It's about 60 feet long, didn't have one end on it. One end was missing. And all those leads up on top of that welder, and I think I got 3 more of them somewhere around here that are like 30, 40 feet long. He'd gotten old enough, he wasn't gonna do any more welding. He was just wanted all the leads, you know, sell all the leads. So I gave him the $200. And I think there probably was $200 worth of copper if I wanted to strip the wire. But I kept this extension cord that just needed that one end, which I just put on. Because I haven't been able to use this welder in a long time. See what happens. Oh, that's promising. Yeah. So, that means if it rains tomorrow, this bad boy is going to get welded. I'm going to weld it cold. I've done actual, I've had H's, John Deere H's that were split right along this bottom. Take the tractor apart, flip the housing right upside down, and weld 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch to a time. Tap it for about 15 seconds with your hammer, and then leave it. And when you come back in a 1/2 hour and it's cold, you do another little bit. And it never gets hot enough to put stress in. And you can weld it along with 7018 low hydrogen. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do on this. We'll see how it comes out. If it comes out porous and I think it's going to leak, I may just sandblast the inside of it and run some JB Weld right around it and, you know, kind of spread that around and cheat a little bit, make it watertight, or oil tight, I should say. But anyway, that's going to be my project for tomorrow if it rains. It was supposed to be a crappy day today. We actually went up to Vermont, way up north. What they call it, the Northern Kingdom. It's right up by Canada. 4 hours one way. And went up to visit a friend. And they were forecasting clouds here all day. So Carol, she spot watered and she's, I'm not going to water too much. It's supposed to be cloudy and, you know, cold all day. Perfect. We get up there, we look on our phones, sunny. It's like, oh great. We get back, nothing died, but boy, there was some stressed out plants. So it was kind of a hectic day. We drove like hell getting back. I got it back in about 3.5 hours. So anyway, yeah, so we're gonna be back on this hopefully tomorrow if it's a crappy day. If not, I'm gonna be up there shingling. So I hope everybody's keeping safe. This is a short video, I know. I'm gonna go post it anyway. And you can see what I've been up to anyway.